So most Iowans will not support a candidate unless they have met them personally at least once, potentially many, many times. We have activists who have been doing this a long time across the state who will say, you know, a candidate really needs to come to my home, right? Like they need to come to my school, they need to come to my church. And so we expect to meet presidential candidates. We expect to shake their hands. We expect to look them in the eye. We expect to be able to ask them the questions that we care about.
I'm 82 years old.
Why do you look younger than me?
Because I live in Iowa.
All right.
Please help me welcome the next president of the United States of America,
Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
It's really incredible how close you are to the candidates. There are a couple hundred people at some of these events in small towns, and you are really intimate. You get to have a whole conversation with the candidate and take pictures, and they get to hear your story, and it's not 1,000 people in a debate hall, right? It's really a far more intimate experience than you're ever going to get in other places in the country. I don't know that I ever thought, like, it's Wednesday in the morning, like that so many people would come to these events.
The rally for me is a space to really feel like I'm being heard and like I'm part of a community. We actually might have a chance to do something different, which is very hard to feel when you're just watching things on TV and listening to the news and listening to the radio. It can feel really hopeless.
Well, I'm doing very well, better now that I'm talking to you. And the reason that I'm calling is because I'd like to invite you to an event in Council Bluffs, Maryland, where Joe Biden himself is going to be there. It's going to be a big event.
Over the course of the year or so before a caucus, Iowans from all across the state and every single corner, every small town involved in every area of life in Iowa, they will all come out to these candidate events and they will engage in this process. It's a really unique and special environment.
The last couple of weeks here makes a gigantic difference, and you going and calling these folks, knocking on doors, answering their questions, et cetera, really is going to make or break who wins this caucus. And who comes out of this caucus, you know, you guys are the starting gate. If in fact you come out of here well and New Hampshire do well, it's a pretty, you know, things move pretty rapidly.
We've seen Sanders, Biden.
I think we've been to like maybe 15 so far.
Buttigieg, Warren.
We saw AOC recently with Bernie talking about the Green New Deal, which was super exciting.
Yeah, we've seen all the major candidates. Everyone who was on the stage yesterday. Also Klobuchar and Steyer.
One of the best things we can do as a nation, make the investment to keep the door open. And just one more part, cancel student loan debt for 43 million Americans.
What I will try to do is bring people together around our common interests while Trump is trying to divide us up. That's how I think we go forward.
And if you are prepared to share the sense of hope that is required to do anything at all in politics, I'm hoping that we can turn to you to do that.
The people here are really dedicated, committed to making the best decision, and really open-minded. I've been to a lot of these events and people say, I'm leaning for this person, but I want to hear what all these different candidates have to say. And so you'll see people at multiple candidate events because they're really being thoughtful about who they're going to pick, and they take this responsibility seriously. It's really encouraging that they're really doing the hard work to vet these candidates for the rest of us.